Pat Jennings, who's missed only one game this season for Tottenham. Chivers challenging hard there. Robertson, Simpson undecided who shall go, and finally Robertson, Wilson there, and Gilzean getting above Wilson. Roger Morgan going in with his head and flicked on again against the crossbar there from Peters, and a tremendous let off for Arsenal. Knowles to pump it back again. Chivers in a fair bit of space on the edge of the area, closed up by Robertson, Story between them, and Story felled by Chivers. And Beale back to Pat Jennings, dropped last week of course for Ireland against Wales. Story chased by Morgan. Simpson well there as well, almost into the feet of Gilzean, and Simpson recovering sufficiently, but getting into trouble again. Mullery trying to turn it past Wilson. And a certain amount of confusion again in an Arsenal defence, and there were 7 men back. And Spurs still very nearly found a way through. John Samuels. And Radford again being chased by England, but Radford finding it through. George Graham! Oh, George Graham! Will he do it now? No! Finally, Spurs were saved by Evans. Samuels. One into space for Radford, turning on it, oh, just over that Tottenham crossbar. That was a brilliant break by Arsenal, a good ball from Samuels. Arsenal are looking very much more active, but not a good pass again. In fact, Kelly wasn't moving. And so it's Morgan for Tottenham, to Peters, Morgan. And Story making it easy for Roberts, but Roberts in fact then making it difficult for himself. So Morgan in possession again, and a good looking cross for Gilzean. 1-0 to Tottenham, and Arsenal's errors over on the touchline, allowing Morgan to get a good cross in and Gilzean to do the rest. With 22 minutes of the second half gone. Alan Gilzean, the scorer. His 10th goal of the season, putting him into double figures, and Spurs ahead. George. Kelly. And now Peters for Tottenham. Morgan. Gilzean waiting there at the far side, and it may come through to Gilzean. Oh, good save by Wilson. That really was a magnificent save by Wilson. He really had no time. That was a reflex save of the highest order by Bob Wilson. From Gilzean, when it looked a sure thing that Spurs were going to get a second one. Actually, it won't have been a bad couple of days for the Spurs. They won the FA Youth Cup here last night against Coventry, and following it with a victory today against their arch rivals. It makes a nice little climax, or a nice little finish to the season for them. And there goes the final whistle of the season at White Hart Lane, with a victory that Spurs have achieved with that goal by Alan Gilzean, number 7. Gilzean, left-footed, ricochet, Peters over his head, so too was Simpson. Evans first to react. Pratt now. Good cross there by Pratt, forcing Wilson to come out. Chivers was hopeful of getting it over, and Knowles, and the ball was over the crossbar with Wilson on the floor.
Gilzine to Chivers. And now Evans. McGrath on the far side, it'll be McGrath, or Peters maybe! Oh, tremendous header there by Peters, and very well saved by Bob Wilson. But that really is why Peters gets that name, the Ghost, because he ghosted him behind the whole of that Arsenal defence. They just didn't know he was there. Brady. McNabb. Kennedy winning it well in the air and gives Radford just this glimpse of an opening. And the ball was bouncing nastily there right in front of Barry Daines, getting a pat of encouragement from Phil Beale, because that could have been such an embarrassing moment for him from Radford. But with his body behind it, at least he managed just to poke it round the corner. Knowles for the kick. Towards Chivers. Now Peters. Good shot there by Peters. And what a good save again by Bob Wilson. Peters really in sparkling form this afternoon. But so too is Bob Wilson. Chivers and Story having a tremendous scuffle there. And Gilzine has done it. Gilzine has done it. So Bob Wilson is beaten at last. The long kick helped on, and Gilzine just nudging it past Wilson. Gilzine at the near post. Aim towards Martin Peters, a back header by him. McGrath an overhead, and that very nearly went for the youngster there. Pratt. Crossed again, Simpson is there for Arsenal, and McNabb. But there's McGrath. Perimeter, Gilzine, Peters, Pratt. Here comes the cross for Chivers, and Rice was there instead. McGrath to Pratt. McGrath again. And Chivers racing for this one. Once he gets into his stride, there really is nobody who can outstrip him. Peters, Chivers again, giving Peters that yard or so to put the cross in, but he leaves it instead for Perryman. Oh, what a collision there. I think Steve Perryman not only dummied Armstrong, he dummied himself. But it's an obstruction, it's a free kick, and it's Knowles who's going to take it. Mike England has come up with his arm waving on the far side. It won't get to him. Oh, but it gets to Chivers! 2-0. Martin Chivers. Well, they must have been watching England, but it was playing short instead. And Chivers was there to nod it past Wilson. 2-0. Gilzine's header. And an offside whistle was given in any case. Or maybe it's the final whistle. Yes, it's the final whistle, and Spurs have won. Goes to Tottenham, and it'll be a Chivers long special one. In goes Perryman in there, just over that crossbar. Might have caught Arsenal by surprise there, Perryman, coming in as quickly as he did. Well, that was a good dummy by Armstrong, if Kelly can pick it up. Well, he's beaten Peters. Good play there by Eddie Kelly. Still going on Kelly, and across the face of the goal. What a good piece of play by Kelly. And it needed to be a good save in the end by Pat Jennings. Dispossessed Peters so well there. Showed tremendous acceleration and a good finishing shot. Chivers. Peters up there with him. That's played for Martin Peters. And still with Peters, the chance now for Tottenham, and Rimmer had to come out. Feet first and put it behind for the corner. Nice build up there. Chivers passed to Peters, and Peters somehow found the way through. The goal would do wonders for this game now. As Knowles takes another corner for Tottenham. It's a deeper one this time towards Mike England. Perryman in there! And what a good goal it is! Stevie Perryman! A brilliant goal for Tottenham. Perryman's done it. A corner there by Knowles. Nodded down, I think it was Martin Peters who probably got his header to it. Or England. And Perryman with a tremendous blockbuster. 1-0 to Tottenham. Knowles again will take the corner. England again making a run towards the near post. Oh, and a funny corner, but it almost caught Arsenal out. Neighbour with the shot. Oh, and straight in the arms of Rimmer. And he's back with Jennings. Knowles making one of those characteristic runs of his. Inside for Pratt. Challenged hard by Ball, and the ball ran nicely for Pratt there. And again for Pratt from Neighbour. Here's the cross by him. And Jones! Oh, what a beautiful move. Jones finally touching it in there, but Rimmer was equal to it. Lovely cross. Well met by Jones and well taken by Rimmer. Perryman, well, he bravely went down. Yes, and Brady is saying quite clearly to the referee, look, he ducked his head. It wasn't that my feet were high, but the referee has decided nonetheless it's a free kick. Both those young Spursmen, oh, look at that eye. My goodness, he really did catch a boot just under that left eye. And he's got to come off. My heavens, that really was a tremendous crack he got there. See it almost swelling moment by moment. Kidd. Naylor's right with him. Good ball there by Brian Kidd to Eddie Kelly. Now, and he's gone past Martin Peters. And what a good shot! Whenever a fellow deserves a goal in this game, it's Eddie Kelly. For the work that he's done and the inspiration he's been. Carrying that left arm more than ever now, John Pratt. Here's Chris Jones, really fighting fit. In for Pratt again. Chip first time towards Chivers and played on for Peters if he can get there. Radford right back there. Neighbour with a shot. Oh, and what a good save again. Well taken shot by Jimmy Neighbour. Brady found some space in behind one or two Spurs defenders. A nice little drag back by him as well. There's the ball for Alan Ball. And the header by Radford. Oh, and what a good save by Pat Jennings. Brady involved in it. Ball involved in it. A lovely header by Radford and a super save by Jennings. And it'll be a free kick, which Perryman will take for Tottenham. A little chip in there, I would think, for Chivers or for England. No, it's a deeper one for Peters coming up on the far side. And Chivers has scored, number 2. Number 2 for Tottenham. Free kick. They were watching for Chivers. And they were watching for England. And they didn't really pick up Peters on the far side. Back across the goal, a little duck in, and Chivers can make it 2-0. And I think it's Steve Perryman who's going off. And a warm round of applause for Steve Perryman from his teammates as well. The man who scored the first brilliant goal got a terrible crack in the eye, but when playing on, look at that eye, you saw it as he turned there. Peters. Oh, he's got maybe a chance of a shot now. Chivers. Oh, and it went against the crossbar. Well, how did Rimmer get his hands to that, reacting so well? Just pushed it against the crossbar from Martin Chivers. And there goes the final whistle, which is a victory for Spurs. A great psychological victory for them as well. So little to choose between the two teams, except in firepower, and Martin Chivers with that second half goal added to the one that Steve Perryman scored in the first half.
Spurs get us underway, attacking from right to left. Familiar white of the Spurs. What everybody in North London looks forward to every season, the North London derby. And we're off to a flyer already with a rather awkward back pass, and it's led to Spurs with an early corner. He wasn't giving Wood any chance in goal to keep that in. An opportunity already for Spurs to send some of the big men up from the back. Bright sunshine at the lane. Some time to get a goal, wouldn't it? As the corner is swung in, it's deep towards the back stick where Alan Brazil was awaiting, as he still awaits his first goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Back to the rafters is the lane. Gets on with it. Searching forward by Roberts. Chris Hughton can pick it up over halfway. He comes from left full back. He's carried on his run as well, and he's in here. Chris Hughton with a chance and a goal. Tottenham get the breakthrough. Chris Hughton, who just kept on going and was picked out and fires it beyond Wood, and Spurs have the lead. Such a unlikely source. It's been the perfect start and could get even better. Breaking in numbers, Falco! Pick that one out. It's an absolute stunner from Mark Falco. It's a goal worthy of any occasion. Once again, the long ball. This time searching for Alan Brazil. He's managed to get it over Wood, but unable to find the back of the net. So with the shorter option. He continues his run again. Chris Hughton has to go for goal. It's 3. And Chris Hughton's got another. Tottenham Hotspur are in wonderland at the lane. Switching ball forward is cut out. It's a rarity for Arsenal to just try and get some possession. They're in again here. This is Brazil. Can only find the side netting. It's a first half this is turning out to be for Tottenham Hotspur. Given away cheaply. Ramsden can't keep it under control. Good hit, not a bad try, as Wood tips it over. It is all Tottenham Hotspur. Miller with the free kick. Decides to come in. Does he get there? And Falco gets another. An extraordinary afternoon at White Hart Lane, and Tottenham Hotspur lead Arsenal now by 4 goals to 0. It's a commanding header. As Brazil is in here, is this to be his moment to get on the score sheet to make it 5? Brazil's first goal for Spurs. What an afternoon this is turning out to be. Picture tells a story. Could want another one here. This could quite easily turn out to be 6. Brazil on the turn. Brilliant clearance off the line. They are rampant, Tottenham Hotspur. Eventually comes in. We're going to get it away and to find Gibson. But that is going to be that, and a fantastic afternoon for Tottenham Hotspur. 5 goal winners, payback for the 5-0 defeat by Arsenal 5 years ago. All the 5s up today. Houghton with 2, Mark Falco with 2 as well, and Alan Brazil's first goal for Tottenham Hotspur on an extraordinary afternoon. Arsenal get us underway then. The changed away strip this afternoon. Fantastic occasion it is, the North London derby. Sanson forward. Doesn't pick out anybody in the yellow shirt as the challenges come flying in. Newcastle losing out, and Spurs can bring it clear. Fine ball to this left side. Chris Waddle for Tottenham Hotspur. It's not a bad ball in, is it? Safely does it. Back to John Lukic. There's a real teaser of a cross from Chris Waddle. Slowly getting into position are Spurs, and can to give Glenn Hoddle an option here from the throw-in. Glenn Hoddle's cross. It's deep. Back across the face of goal. Lukic has come to claim it. He hasn't got there. As Stevens has put it in. It's first blood to Tottenham Hotspur. Scrappy. Lukic got nowhere near it. And it just about crept in. Ricks. Searching ball forward. It's well defended in the end. Danger not over yet for Spurs. Forward is Chris Waddle on this near side, and he's in with an opportunity. It was a poor attempt at a back pass by Martin Keown. The chance to make it 2. From Roberts. Looking to bring it out by Williams and co. Here he is again, Williams. Oh, and not dealt with. And a real opportunity for the equaliser. It's a poor effort, and it's another fine save from Ray Clements. Spurs get away with it. Still Arsenal come forward though. Real opportunity. Sanson again. Glancing flick, and Tottenham just look to clear their lines. Anywhere will do, but it's a yellow wave coming forward, and that should be Clements' ball, and is. Seeing a lot of the ball. Having chances as well, yet to find the back of the net. Quinston well. Is this to be their moment? Still going, and it's straight at Clements. Also sounding round White Hart Lane. O'Leary forward. And safely done. It could quite well be the points for Tottenham Hotspur. There you go. Just the single goal enough from Stevens. And Tottenham Hotspur in front of a lively White Hart Lane have won this North London derby by just a single goal to nil.
Tottenham get this North London derby underway. Spurs attacking the goal to our left. Arsenal with a fabulous record in recent seasons against Tottenham. They've won their last 5 league matches against the old enemy. Now Richardson played the ball in for Martin Hayes. Just wide. A great chance there for Arsenal. He's going to just clip it in there, I would have thought, to Mitchell Thomas maybe, or to Paul Walsh even. Samways. It's in there! Oh, Lukic beaten there. There might have been a small deflection on the way, but Vinny Samways gets his first of the season against the team Tottenham always like to beat, but for so long have failed to do so. From way out, past Lukic, the back of the net, Spurs in the lead, 1-0. With Spurs with a free kick, with Paul Gascoigne. Touched on, another one! Well, Walsh got a touch on that one, and Spurs go 2 up. Here's the free kick. There's the little flick by Walsh. There it is again beyond the dive of Lukic, and Spurs go 2 up. Important moments these for Tottenham and Terry Venables, he knows it. Spurs desperately wouldn't want to concede anything here. So Thomas will supply the short pass either for Richardson. Indeed it is! Oh, good save by Torstvedt! A beautifully struck ball by Kevin Richardson, and a good flying save by Spurs goalkeeper Erik Torstvedt. Hit that really well. It was a well-worked free kick, the little back heel there by Thomas, and Richardson coming in behind him through the wall, and good work by the keeper. To Rocastle. A long-range shot! And Torstvedt in trouble there as Groves and Smith came in for the rebound. Spurs saved by Fenwick. Great shot by Rocastle. A corner to Arsenal. And Fenwick to the rescue there. Richardson curling it in. A flick on. Might go anywhere. Michael Thomas! Arsenal are back in it! His 7th goal of the season, and that could be a really important one. Well, they've lived dangerously a moment before when Torstvedt couldn't hold Rocastle's shot, and then from the corner they lived dangerously here again. Rocastle almost forced it in, and then Michael Thomas did just that. Good view of the big crowd here at White Hart Lane. Gives it to Walsh, and now to Lineker, and cleared off the line by David O'Leary. So near another goal. It was a nice ball threaded in there by Walsh, hit with great power by Lineker, half stopped by Torstvedt, or by Lukic, and cleared by O'Leary. A real panoramic view here An important night at White Hart Lane. Dixon. Rocastle. It's given away to Spurs, and here's Gascoigne. Oh, a lovely ball by Gascoigne for Lineker! And some great defending by Winterburn. Well, Lineker, I think with some justification, felt that there was maybe a corner there, but Gascoigne, a splendid ball for Lineker. And just look at Winterburn arriving on the scene, and I must say that looked very much as though it could well have been a Tottenham corner. Hayes. They were looking for O'Leary to come to that one. Instead, it's Lineker on the break now for Tottenham. And a flashing drive wide of that Arsenal goal. What pace and power there was about Lineker with that running. Hustled by Tony Adams all the way on that run. And put off just enough to send that drive flying wide of the Arsenal goal. Great run, Adams is after him, Lineker lines it up and then shoots a couple of yards wide. Lukic unleashing a long ball forward, Gascoigne meeting it, Adams. Arsenal preparing to go on gambling, letting the defenders go forward like Tony Adams. But here's Martin Hayes with the cross, David Howe's knocking that one clear. And Walsh on the break again, supported by Vanden Hauwe. Here's Vanden Hauwe. Lineker and Gascoigne waiting in the middle. Played towards Gascoigne, played back again to Walsh, but they missed their man there, and it fell for Arsenal once again for Martin Hayes. Rocastle tried to stab that into the path of Thomas. Johnson, Rocastle. Cross comes in to Perry Groves, a great save. The flag stayed down. Spurs looked at the linesman, felt that should have been offside, but Groves got a free header in, and he was thwarted by Eric Thorstvedt. There's the cross, there's the header, and there's the save. A long look at the referee's watch again. Spurs bring a long, dismal run against their old neighbours to an end. Over 3 years since they've beaten them in a league game. But they've done it tonight with those 2 goals in a 3-minute spell in the first half by Vinnie Samways and Paul Walsh. Arsenal struck back with that Michael Thomas goal. Spurs probably had the better chances even so in the second half. And their fans are delighted with that victory over Arsenal. Things are beginning to look up for Terry Venable's team. Winners here tonight by 2 goals to 1.
And so here they come, and what a reception to greet them. Walking out for this high noon showdown on this very special occasion, a semi-final on neutral territory between 2 clubs who've come such a long way since November the 19th, 1887. He wasn't around then, but that was when the first meeting between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal took place. Space for Justin Edinburgh for Tottenham. Played forward by Lineker. That's a good burst from deep by Paul Allen. Gascoigne! I think that there was an offside. Not that Gascoigne agrees with that, and I don't think it would have counted. Held up well by Allen. Gascoigne, little pirouette, space too for Stewart. Arsenal, for them, looking slightly disorganised here. That will help them. But Howes, this could be a cameo today. Howes pushing right up on Lee Dixon. In fact, it's better still for Tottenham because it's a free kick awarded by Ray Lewis. It's a long, long way from goal here, but Paul Gascoigne's already sized it up. It's Gascoigne. It's Gascoigne! You cannot believe it, and you cannot make it up, but it is boys' own stuff again, and it's Paul Gascoigne for Tottenham Hotspur. You just have to stand and applaud it. Unless you're Arsenal, of course. This flies into the roof of David Seaman's net. He gets something on it. He may feel he might have done better, but he is only human after all, and this is the sublime on a football field. What a goal! Tottenham winning the share of the free kicks, though, and using them quickly. Stewart. Gascoigne, that's clever. That's Allen, that's beautiful from Gascoigne, it's Allen again, and Tottenham open Arsenal up again. They're at 6s and 7s, and it's 2 to Tottenham! It's almost beyond belief, but Seaman's been beaten again, and Lineker doubles Tottenham's lead here. We have played just 10 minutes, and already Venables and Tottenham are dreaming about the final. And it's brilliant football from Tottenham, absolutely superb, creative stuff. It's a scrappy finish, but Lineker's the ace poacher in an opposition box. Campbell showed for it, it's reached him. Dixon. Better cross, Alan Smith! Arsenal get a goal at a crucial time. Alan Smith with the tradesman's header. A perfect example of his art. But the communication's wrong with Paul Stewart then, and Tottenham just about got away with it. That's better from Gary Lineker to Mabbutt, back to Lineker. Tottenham are breaking out more effectively than at any stage in this second half. It's still Gary Lineker, away from Adams, through Seaman, and Tottenham have their third! Gary Lineker gets his second, and for the second time in this FA Cup semi-final, David Seaman will ask questions of himself. Is this the goal that sends Tottenham Hotspur into the FA Cup final? Lineker on his own for so long today, having to do so much on his own, does it all on his own again. That is if you exclude the help that the Arsenal keeper gives him. The normally rock-solid David Seaman, beaten like that. In by Groves. Sedgley half clear. Michael Thomas prods it in there again. Campbell muscles his man aside. Kevin Campbell! Oh, and it's wide a second time by Merson. He thinks it's all over. Does he? Arsenal have been the epitome of steely professionalism this season. This one will hurt, and hurt badly. But it is Tottenham Hotspur's day, led by an heroic captain in Gary Mabbutt, and with the sheer inspiration of the irreplaceable Paul Gascoigne. Terry Venables' tactics have beaten those of his close friend George Graham, and it is unconfined joy for the players in those famous white jerseys. Tottenham Hotspur are one of the clubs in the FA Cup. This is the trophy that means more than any other one to every generation of their players. And on this day, the historic rivalry in North London, the glory goes to Tottenham, and the bitter disappointment is that of Arsenal.
We are underway at the lane. Arsenal getting us going. Attacking from left to right. What is a special day in North London whenever these two come up against each other. He's taken a knock hit, so a free kick will be awarded. It's a crunching challenge, which is in need of some treatment. The White Hart Lane is bouncing. Absolutely packed to the rafters. Clements has played in a few North London derbies in his time. Huge clearance from Torsvad. Samways, Vinny Samways. There's real clear opportunity for Tottenham Hotspur. Samways quick onto the loose ball, just dragging his shot wide, not troubling David Seaman at all. Ginger, Ray Parler's walking away. The final touch, I think, came off Steve Bold. So no dramas for Spurs from that particular free kick. The ability of when Adams and Bold come forward. Huge clearance from Torsvad again. He's again, Eric Torsvad, he's got to be quick. Then Campbell and Wright ready to pounce, and he missed control. Meanwhile, Spurs down the other end. This is Allen, chance, goal! From one end to the other. And it's first blood Tottenham Hotspur. And Allen's the man to get it. Lift off inside White Hart Lane. Seizing on the mistake, finishing off perfectly beyond David Seaman. Sheringham looking to make a nuisance of himself once again. It's a good header away by Bold, that was good and Drury. Looking to make an impact. Parler, Merson, long looking for Kevin Campbell. Ruddock deals with it. Campbell forced wide. Just in Edinburgh for company. Ray Parler, he's in here. Parler straight across the face of goal. Wondering whether Torsvad got a touch. Ray Parler finding himself in a very good position. Just nobody, the likes of Merson coming in, able to get a touch. Real opportunity for Arsenal. Bold long, this is Adams who stayed forward. Tony Adams! It's a wonderful save. Fantastic ability. And a wonderful stop to match as well. That would have been some goal. Wonderful turn, and to take it first time on the volley. Fine stop. As the corner is swung in, that's Parler, and that's over the top. Been one of the finest strikes of his career. Mavets, he's okay. It'll take a lot for Gary Mavitt to stay down or to come off with any injury. There's another corner. Towards Bold, it's a good save. It's been an action-packed first half. Steve Bold with a thumping header, but he was straight at Torsvad. Corner comes in again, and it's well claimed by the Spurs goalkeeper this time around. And that'll be half-time. The best of clearances from Torsvad. Right, Ian Wright. Then Jensen goes down under the challenge of Edinburgh. Using a penalty, in fact the free kick has gone Tottenham's way. John Jensen, the Danish international. Campbell. Ian Wright, Winterburn to his left, Winterburn goes for it. Just looking to catch Torsved out at its near post. In two minds, the goalkeeper, whether to let it go out or to make the save. The latter option has led to a corner. One of the best as it's swung back in again. Right! Oh, what a chance. It's 5 yards out, and you would have expected Ian Wright to have nodded that in. With the space he's got, nobody picks him up. It's a free header for Ian Wright. What an opportunity. Seems to be one of those days for George Graham. And the chances that have been created for Arsenal not been taken as yet. Man's goal in the first half, the difference. Sheringham goes for it, looking to test David Seaman, a little awkward, just bouncing in front of the Arsenal goalkeeper. Campbell, and goes for it! Well, only just trickled past the post. Kevin Campbell looking to get himself on the score sheet, and he had the goalkeeper worried. Wasn't particularly powerful, but Torsved is stretching for that. Very nearly crept in that bottom corner. Sad piece situation for Arsenal, with Adams forward. As it is swung in, it was a much needed flick away by Neil Ruddock. Roar from the Arsenal fans once more as they look for this precious equaliser. Torsved comes to claim it, he's got nowhere near it, and once again it is only just past the post. Torsved come to meet it. And a real hash of the attempt. How close is that? Could just be his side's day today. Just in Edinburgh. Now then, chance to really finish it is Nicky Barmby! Ah! That would have sewn it all up. Nicky Barmby, who's come on as a substitute to make a real impact. Ruan stuff over the top, Arsenal stretched to the back. And inventiveness to just try and see it over David Seaman, but he just couldn't beat the woodwork. Hillier. Anywhere will do by Ruddock. His time is against Arsenal here. Be yet another memorable North London derby for Tottenham Hotspur. It's Tottenham's day at the Lane. That man's goal, the difference. In the first half, Arsenal certainly having their chances, but look, most certainly on Tottenham's side, and a memorable North London derby has gone Tottenham's way by just a single goal to nil. then about to get us underway. Teddy Sheringham needs one goal to leapfrog over Ian Wright. Away we go then, Spurs playing from right to left. First touch for Pat van den Houw. Sheringham towards Paul Allen. Ian Selly went in with the challenge. Alan Miller, only his third appearance. And it's a big night for so many of the Arsenal youngsters, and Tottenham have a real chance here to gain revenge for the semi-final defeat and do the double over the arch-rivals. Here's Neil Heaney with a drive, and Walker goes down and saves it well. Spurs, who won the first league game thanks to Paul Allen's goal, would love to finish above Arsenal in the FA Premier League, irrelevant of what's happened in the Cups. Still no goals. And Sheringham hoping to get in here. Well, it was Anderton who had the chance there, and it's gone out for the first corner of the game. Darren Anderton made a fine run. And clearance looking for Sheringham, whose first touch was a good one. Still Sheringham, well, Teddy Sheringham there did so well to get inside the penalty area, and he's won a corner, fourth of the night for Tottenham. And again, Anderton will go over to take it. Spurs fans lucky enough, as I said, to get tickets, making plenty of noise. And no hands this time from Anderson. What's the signal? It's near post, and Anderson will get the return, drills it in this time, and just going it's in! It's hit the post! It's gone out for a corner, it's off the line, and Leaderson off the line. Spurs having a fine spell here. Danny Hill, still Hill, good run from Danny Hill, and just across the face of the goal when it only needed the faintest of touches to push it over the line. Hill, Sheringham, and in comes the cross, and the header just wide, and Hendry got in, and it looked like he might have been offside, but the flag didn't go up. I thought Anderton had drifted offside, but the linesman said no, it would have counted. And away come Arsenal, and a big chance here, and great save from Walker. Well, Martin Keown was through. Certainly they've had the chances, Tottenham, and everything going okay apart from the scoreline still remains 0-0. Flats for Arsenal, curls the cross in, and the header comes in just wide, and Alan Smith knows that was a golden opportunity. Ian Walker was wrong-footed there as Flats put in the cross, and Smith, well, he had an open target. Flats. This is Keown, puts in an early ball. Martin Keown, good play from him, but good play from Gary Mabbott. Corner to Arsenal. Well, Martin Keown hasn't scored Arsenal, just checking the record books. He got that famous goal for England, yet to score at club level, in fact. Neil Heaney then to take Arsenal's second corner. Floats it in. And again, Heaney with the cross. And it bounces down, and a great chance by Steve Bold, but good defending by Tottenham. Anderton, Hill. Anderton back in support, floats the cross to the near post. Sheringham has scored! And Teddy Sheringham gets the goal that takes him in front of Ian Wright.
It's goal number 29 of the season, 28 for Tottenham. And that's the moment all Spurs fan wanted to see. Sheringham's 28th for Spurs this season. And he's played 49 games this season. And here he is inside the penalty area. Sheringham again, just wide. Well, he had another opportunity. And here was a chance here as Sheringham turned. Paul Leaderson, Jimmy Carter and Gavin McGowan are on in this second half for Arsenal. And we'll try and pick up that. I can recognise as here Hill. And there's a chance here. It's a second goal for Tottenham. And John Hendry gets the goal. And Spurs go 2 up after 46 minutes. Danny Hill whipped it into the penalty area. And John Hendry gets the finish. And it's delight for Tottenham. 5 minutes played in the second half. Dickoff. And again! Oh, that's a special goal for Dickoff. And Arsenal have got one back here. Well, he drilled it into the corner. A 1-2 with Alan Smith. Arsenal have got something back here. Midway through the second half. And in comes the header. Oh, it's brilliantly saved from Walker. Well, Selly with a fine header. McGowan with the overhead. And here's Allen to Danny Hill. Still Danny Hill. Carter in front of him. But Danny Hill did well there. Here's Smith. Arsenal fans getting very frustrated. They know time's running out. Here comes Tottenham. Hill. Hendry's made a great run. Hendry for Tottenham has scored, and that is a beauty. 3-1. Hendry gets his second, and what a goal. Well, it's 3-1, and Hendry and Hill combined superbly there. And Hendry kept his cool, and Spurs lead by 3-1. Keogh. And no flag. And it's just wide. Paul Allen, who scored in the opening fixture, was a wonderful ball through, and Allen just wide. McDonald, Allen, McDonald. And there goes the full-time whistle. It's been a tremendous night for Tottenham, and they've done the double over Arsenal. Well, it's been a wonderful occasion. Paul Dickoff gets the only goal for the Gunners, but 2 from John Hendry and 1 from Teddy Sheringham. His 29th of the season, his 28th for Tottenham. A fine performance by Darren Anderton as well. And the Spurs players all go to one man, David O'Leary, to congratulate him on the end of his professional career. And I'm sure even the ardent Spurs fans will admit that David O'Leary's had a big say in London derbies over the last 20 years. 720, and he departs. It's been Tottenham's night as the Spurs fans celebrate a famous night as Tottenham do the league double over Arsenal.
A league game with the feel of a cup tie. The issue is not just about points here, it's about who's top dog in North London. The two biggest and historically most successful clubs in the south of England, separated by just a few miles of the capital, and by an historic rivalry which has produced countless great games involving great players and a sprinkling of football history. And for the supporters, a win in the North London derby makes up for disappointments in many other areas. Howells, Calderwood with time. Wright really didn't go after him too hard, and he looked at Sheringham. It's not a clever knockdown by Linnigan. Oh, and it fell very invitingly as Darren Anderton came in, and I think he had a pretty good sight of the goal protected by David Seaman. It's not a good header by Linnigan. Sits up invitingly for Anderton, who has a tremendous eye for a goal. Neither side really able to get the ball under control and start to build too much, just as you'd expect. A league game that's much more like a cup tie so often. No offside this time. Linnigan had played him onside. It's Anderton, and Spurs have men over. One is Popescu, who must score. And that is so sweet for Tottenham Hotspur, and it's big trouble for Arsenal. He absolutely loves it, and they love him. 22 minutes gone, and it's uncharacteristic Arsenal defending once more. One man left and played them all onside. Anderton, good ball, great one-touch finish by Popescu. There's nothing David Seaman could do here. It's a perfect cross, and if he keeps it low, he must have a great chance of scoring, and he did. Well, well. Rosenthal got the block on him. Klinsmann shown the inside by Dixon, and he'll take it. He likes it. This is Klinsmann. Got a bit lucky with the deflection. The space here for Sheringham. Popescu. It's a lovely little ball through two players, and it almost worked for Spurs. Howells wins it back with a crunching tackle. And he's in trouble, David Howells. There's a yellow card for Stefan Schwartz. It was a most committed tackle by two players. Oh, and he jumped in, definitely. And he seems to have caught Howells quite high. Maybe on the wrist, and that would be better, I have to say, than the other likely consequences. It's not a good time for George Graham. And Jerry Francis is much too pragmatic a man to say it's a good time for him already. Jensen to Schwartz. Denmark to Sweden. Was there a foul by Parler? No, referee lets it go. Mabbott's got to do some defending against Parler. Idea was good from Ray Parler. He's made a succession of sweeping runs from the right-hand side of midfield. And this is the latest of them, right across the park. And he just blasts Dean Austin out of the way, and Mike Reid was well placed to allow the play to go on. Walker not forced into the save. Somebody was having a good tug. It was Austin having a good pull at the shirt of Campbell there. Linnigan. Parler. It's fallen nicely for Ray Parler. And that does go down as a genuine chance, and he knows it. And Ian Wright's furious that he didn't get a pass. This was Arsenal's most dangerous moment in front of the Spurs goal tonight so far. Bouncing back off the shins of Campbell, and that was a good opportunity for Ray Parler. And Ian Walker just watches it go over his crossbar, not forced into a save again. This is Klinsmann. Can Spurs break out? Anderton is away from a couple. It's Sheringham, Rosenthal, is one of the options for Sheringham. Klinsmann, Anderton. It just wouldn't come for Spurs. They were queuing up at one stage. And Darren Anderton knows this really could and should have been a 2-0 advantage for Tottenham Hotspur. He looks a hot favourite here, but good defending from Linnigan. Austin. No, it's given away. Kevin Campbell breaking out. Good ball from him. Now the space right side for Arsenal. Parlour. Dixon did it well, Lee Dixon. Oh, it's a magnificent save by Ian Walker. It's a really brilliant piece of play by Lee Dixon. He made his mind out early. He was going after this, even though it was into Parlour's area. He claimed it. He burst into the space, and the shot was on target. Brilliant save. It's the nearest thing Arsenal have had to a goal in the game. Anderton, he can drop it on a sixpence with that right foot. Parlour got the header though. Rosenthal, it's too big. Campbell for Arsenal. Winterburn. Sally lets it run, and Linnigan, not the quickest, but he's one of the strongest. That's a terrible ball by Linnigan. And now it's a big moment for Spurs. It's 2-on-1. It's Teddy Sheringham. Selly. Schwartz. It's a great ball. It's right. And a clever chip. Oh, it was nearly one of the goals of the season. An inch or two, and it would have been there. And in fairness to Arsenal, this is a quality move. It's a great ball into the channel. Wright knows where the goal is without having to look, and Walker was beaten by this, and it just shaved the top of the crossbar before nestling into the top of the net. I've seen him score from there, Wright, and he almost did it again there. What a goal it would have been. Austin. Sheringham won a good header. Anderton to Klinsmann. Didn't miss by much. He's claiming a deflection, I think, and he may well have been justified in claiming that on second vision. There was a lovely smile from Klinsmann on the end of it. That's a great touch from Sheringham to Klinsmann. Rosenthal to his left. Foul by Schwartz. He's gone. The look from George Graham and Stuart Houston says it all. And Schwartz accepting it in tremendous professional manner. Klinsmann just teasing him in. The bait was laid, and Klinsmann just knew enough to draw him on. Things begin to look better for Spurs. Arsenal down to 10 men. It would look better still if they can hit the target from the free kick. Anderton. Clever piece of play by Winterburn, back on the post to make sure that Darren Anderton's shot didn't creep in. I think he's complaining that he didn't get a sight of the proper fair side of the goal because the wall was not the 10 yards. I think that's what he was complaining about. One minute of injury time played. There may be a little more, but if Spurs keep hold of the ball, they'll surely win it. This is Darren Anderton. Klinsmann still working hard for him. Sheringham. How he'd love to have finished with a flourish there. But the ball's out of play behind the Arsenal goal, and that's almost just as good for Spurs. That would truly have been a grandstand finish. But they don't need it, because Tottenham Hotspur have done it once more. A fantastic run under Jerry Francis. Spurs unbeaten in 9 now. The sole goal on the night from Zhika Popescu. A quality finish from one of Spurs' quality imports. And it's sweet, sweet turn of the year for Tottenham Hotspur. Klinsmann working superbly all night, leading the line brilliantly. Arsenal, they showed the characteristic determination and strength, but the conclusion on this night is that the balance of power may be shifting in North London. Spurs 1, Arsenal 0.
London rivals who've been clashing for getting on for 90 years. No love lost out on the pitch between Tottenham and Arsenal. The dates for these derbies ringed in red by both sets of supporters. Dennis Bergkamp grew up, amazingly for a young Dutchman, as a Tottenham Hotspur fan. Tottenham to kick off. Arsenal have been in excellent form. Of their last 11 matches in League and Cup, they've won 9. They've just been beaten twice all season. They have the traditional consistency. Spurs equally, traditionally, perhaps are harder to predict. Long from Mabbutt. First challenge in the air from Adams. Cleared by Dixon. You can expect the tackles to be flying in. The spectators demand that. Armstrong. Shrugged off by Adams. Merson. Hartson. Merson wants it back. Merson gets it back. Early ball for Bergkamp. Brilliant play from Arsenal. Absolutely brilliant goal. The signs were there, they were putting their passes together, but they hadn't really looked like penetrating. They have done now after 14 minutes. And Tottenham ripped apart here. Often Arsenal known for their tenacity rather than their technique, but this was stunning play, a superb finish, and Dennis Bergkamp, the boyhood Spurs fan, makes the current Spurs fans disheartened here. Well, the gauntlet well and truly thrown down to Tottenham here. Arsenal have started very well indeed, but now Ronnie Rosenthal gets behind them. Sheringham! Not in keeping with his recent finishing. Good run by Rosenthal. Arsenal stretch this time. Sheringham's very, very confident in front of goal. We're halfway through the first half, and Arsenal have made the impact to this point. They lead by a goal to 0. Coming after 14 minutes from Bergkamp. But here comes Spurs with Sheringham. Oh, and Adams, Fox is there. Adams might have cleared it and didn't. Austin. Bergkamp. Mabbutt with a chance to keep some pressure on. Fox. Gets the better of Helder. It's a free header for Chris Armstrong. And he could easily have made more of that. Rule Fox skipped away to make the space to deliver the ball, and no one from Arsenal got close to Armstrong. Forward by Dazelle. Armstrong made it his. Fox. 3 up for Tottenham. Arsenal have 3, now 4 back. Fox. It's gone in from Teddy Sheringham, despite the efforts of Adams, despite the efforts of Seaman. And Spurs have struck back after 29 minutes. Seconds after they were defending an Arsenal corner, but Fox got his cross in, and Sheringham stooping there. It looked for a second as though Seaman had saved it, but he hadn't. Platt beaten by Howells, and Keown got a foot in just to buy Arsenal a bit of time. You felt they needed it. They committed numbers forward, including Adams. Fox. Armstrong. And it's straight at Seaman from Sheringham this time. That was Sheringham's latest effort. Howells, it came off Keown. Fox has made one goal from the right-hand side. Armstrong, this is Rosenthal. It's a missed kick, but Howells blocked by Platt. The linesman put his flag up as Dazelle thought he might have given Spurs the lead. Well, for the first 20 minutes, Arsenal were very much in control, but it's not that way at the end of the half. Might have been a push in the first place by Armstrong, a complete miss kick by Rosenthal. Howells trying to get it on target. He thought Platt blocked it with an arm, which he might have done, but not intentionally. And then the flag was up. Sheringham spreading the play for Spurs, to Fox. In towards Sheringham again. Well read by Adams. Oh, Winterburn took a risk with a pass into that area, but the pass was a fine one as it turned out. But Arsenal haven't been able to recapture, really, the rhythm that they showed in the opening 20 minutes of the game. Armstrong, Chris Armstrong for Tottenham. Tottenham have taken the lead. A magnificent piece of play from the scorer. In the 10th minute of the second half. A match that started badly for Spurs, but has a much rosier hue to it now. He picked his way round Steve Bold, did Chris Armstrong, and fired it into the corner. This was the crucial moment here as Bold committed himself. Armstrong beautifully balanced. Much criticised when he was signed, but the joy for the scorer there. In a match that's been full of quality. Merson out to provide some more of just that. Platt lines it up. Never easy to take on the volley, but twice in quick succession. Arsenal have made opportunities since going behind. There was a bit of luck attached here as the ball broke Platt's way. Dazelle. In comes David Howells. Sheringham. Howells continued his run and Arsenal haven't tracked him. Oh, and it's a crucial touch from Adams. Just look at Ronnie Rosenthal coming in, thinking he was going to score. Adams had other ideas. This is Merson. That was Dazelle. Shape of the game suiting Spurs, you sense at the moment. They're drawing Arsenal forward and making opportunities on the break. Fox. Oh, Seaman slipped on, recovered somehow when Sheringham came diving in. Seaman stuck out a foot, having lost his footing a moment earlier. Down he went, up he got, and it stays at 2-1, and Sheringham is denied again. Merson to take the corner. Bowl couldn't quite glance it on that time. Hillier back for Merson again. Tottenham not out of the wood here, not by any means. Well, Tony Adams craned his neck forward then. Well, you'd have bet on Adams putting this one in. Not easy, had to fight for the right to get there, but it hit the net on the outside. Well, he wouldn't have expected these scenes 20 minutes into this match, when Arsenal had set the early tempo, had taken the lead, but then Teddy Sheringham equalised, and the one goal we've seen in the second half looks as though it's going to be the one that settles it. From Chris Armstrong it is. It's the Tottenham camp who can hold their heads high in North London tonight. Quite a recovery after Bergkamp had scored so early for Arsenal. Teddy Sheringham equalised before half-time. And a lovely piece of work from Chris Armstrong before firing in the winner. The proper way to mark the start of Jerry Francis's second year in charge at White Hart Lane. Arsenal's third defeat of the season, and always painful to lose here for all connected with that club. So the delight of winning in a derby goes to Tottenham, and in the league table tonight they're now only 2 points behind Arsenal. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Arsenal 1. It was a splendid North London derby.
So the 137th North London derby kicks off, both clubs using it as an escape from their European woes. George Graham describing it as just another game, but I'm sure he'll take immense and personal and professional pleasure if he could beat the club he still holds so dear to his heart. Last year's high-profile games between the two clubs resulted in a 0-0 and a 3-1 to Arsenal here, but it's Tottenham who make the strongest of starts in the opening minute. Carr's free kick. Keown. Kanu. Adams beating his old pal Sol Campbell. Leonardson plays it in. Arms go up, flag stays down. Tottenham have taken the lead through Stefan Everson. The well-rehearsed Arsenal offside routine was looking very rusty. Tottenham Hotspur threw a real spanner in the Arsenal defensive works. It's been a reflex reaction over the years for the arms to go up and the linesmen to act in unison with them, but Everson showed no respect. A lot of theatrics going on around this free kick. If they don't get a goal, they'll get an Oscar. A goal befitting the match. That was a sensational free kick with incredible velocity. 2-0 to Tottenham. And what a goal from Tim Sherwood. Petit curls it in. Walker hesitant with the punch, and it's bundled over the line, but it's not going to be a goal. Well, Kanu went flying in as Campbell tried to clear it, and one could only assume that there'd been an infringement before he put it over the line. was only Winterburn, Dixon and Seaman not in attack for this one. Vieira's free! And he's pulled Arsenal back into the game. Stunningly simple goal from Patrick Vieira. That's the kind of defending George Graham has nightmares about. Vieira left all alone. Walker could only stand and stare as the Frenchman hauls Arsenal back into the game. And psychologically, a very important time in the game. Just 7 minutes to go to half-time. Vieira precise and to the point. Well, you wouldn't think by the expression of the Tottenham fans that their side are winning at the moment. An outbreak of tension at White Hart Lane, but it's Ginola's cross. Everson first to the ball. The man who started the scoring today. Scoring his 8th goal, looking for his 9th. Stefan Everson is really coming of age at Tottenham Hotspur, developing into international quality player. Winterburn, wasted pass by Petit, then hobbles away. Everson, good shots! Ooh, so close to being a very good goal. He's been in red-hot form for Tottenham Hotspur this season. And that was a bullet which David Seaman didn't get a good glimpse of. Now Petit. Nobody goes into 50-50s with Sol Campbell in challenges like that unless they're frankly mad. Vieira gives the ball away to Javid Ginola. And he tries, well, he did try to chip David Seaman then. You could see what his intention was because Seaman advanced maybe a little bit too far. He was about 7 yards off his line, just outside of his area. It was quick thinking and quick feet from the Frenchman. Always got that eye for the spectacular, though his only goal this season has been against Crewe. Adams. Dixon. Untidy. Challenge from Sol Campbell and an off-the-ball incident from Ljungberg. It's all a little childish, and Ljungberg's having more problems with his own teammate Lee Dixon than he is the opponents. Well, this was the offence. Campbell's challenge was strong, and Ljungberg took great offence, and well, it was pretty amateur acting. Edinburgh going down, holding his head, Ljungberg hardly making a contact, but the referee has shown a red card. The Swede is off. Now Sherwood. Petit wins it back. Canu ahead of him. This is Overmars. Skates past Campbell, but runs into Clements. Ginola with a fancy flick. Oyvind Leonardsen. Carr. Nerves jangling at White Hart Lane. Tottenham with a 1-goal lead and a 1-man advantage. Sherwood. Crunching from Keown. And the referee couldn't have been closer to the incident. And Keown with a now outlawed challenge from behind. He got the ball, but his tackle was from behind the Tottenham forward, and nothing is going to change the mind of David Ellery, no matter what Patrick Vieira says. And Vieira's now been booked as well. Four yellow cards for Arsenal and 1 red. Vieira. Keown. Not a big favourite with the Tottenham fans. Good turn by Bergkamp. Suka plays it over Mars. Suka! Oh, great save by Walker. Could be a match-winning save. But the danger's not over. It's Winterburn. Suka's turn. And Suka is stopped by an excellent tackle. But what a save from Walker. First it was Overmars who blasted it in, and then Walker with a tremendous double save. Well, it tells the story of the game when Tony Adams is in an offside position. Play continues around him. Here's Dominguez, being manhandled by Keown. He's teasing Martin Keown. Tottenham fans wanted to just hold the ball up. He does better than that. Keown fouls him, and Keown is one of the players who's already been cautioned, and Martin Keown is the second Arsenal player to be sent off by David Ellery. Well, David Ellery has set out his stall in the second half. Any foul, any misdemeanour is going to be punished. There's Lundberg, and now Keown have found out. This 2 yellow card rule really is proving harsh. Bad tackle, yes. Mistimed, yes. But did it really deserve an expulsion from this passionate game? We're into the 50th minute of the second half, that is. Dominguez, and the full-time whistle goes. Mass relief from the Tottenham fans. They've held the nerve on this occasion.
Well, good evening everybody and welcome to White Hart Lane. There's not a spare seat to be had. It's jam-packed solid in White Hart Lane. There's an air of expectancy. There's a crescendo of noise inside the ground. It's the Carling Cup semi-final second leg. It's Tottenham Hotspur against Arsenal. And it will be Tottenham lining up in all white, attacking the Park Lane end of the ground. There's a certain romance of playing cup-tie football in all white under the floodlights here at White Hart Lane. And let's hope the match lives up to expectations. There's the whistle, we are off and underway. Dawson plays a long ball forward towards Robbie Keane. Plays it back to Berbatov. Good tight control by him. He's muscled out there by Kleb. There's Sanya. Goes out of play for a Tottenham throw. Arsene Wenger takes his place on the bench alongside Pat Rice. Well, I've found it hard to concentrate at work today, and everyone's thoughts very much on the game. Well, here we are, and what's going to develop. Here's Jermaine Genius now. He scored our goal, of course, in the first leg. Genius goes for goal! It's in the post and it's gone in! It's the perfect start for Tottenham! Jermaine Genius on 3 minutes gives Tottenham the lead on the night and on aggregates. And it's Genius's 5th goal of the season. Cue scenes of wild delirium inside White Hart Lane. And just as we did in the semi-final against Chelsea, Spurs have the early lead. Long ball played forward, flicked on there by Berbatov. Genius took it forward, his shot struck the post, and it rebounded into the net. No challenge offered by Arsenal. Jermaine Genius, the lucky recipient. He took his chance without question. That's his 20th goal for Tottenham in his 93rd game. And Spurs lead on 3 minutes. And we hope and pray that Tottenham haven't peaked too soon. Tainio again intercepts. Flick forward. Berbatov not allowed to bring it down under control. Here's Diaby again. Can't really miss him in those boots, can you? Denilson. Bentner is wearing the same boots, it looks like. Sanya. Out to Kleb, a Belarus international. Plays it forward. Plebs in the area now, looks to deliver the cross. Pulls it back, Bentner shot! Over the bar. Well, Nicholas Bentner scored with his first touch in the league game at the Emirates in December. Was allowed to get a shot in. Look at him there, he's unmarked as well. Just couldn't keep it down. Cherney will say he had it covered. Bentner spent last season on loan at Birmingham City. Fabianski, the Polish international, takes it. Return there by Walcott. Dawson and King with the touch, and young Kelly plays it out wide to Malbronk. Gina supports inside. Robbie Keane is the target. Gallas has pace on his side. Keane holds it out well. He's got beyond him. It's Keane! Plays it across. No one there in the 6-yard box for Tottenham. Chance goes begging for Spurs. Good to see Robbie Keane getting behind Gallas though. Here's Lee. Genius again. Wins the throw. Genius needs an option. Malbronk provides him one. Through ball, nice little flick by Berbatov. It was too strong by Keane. Keane was the recipient there and he was involved a moment or so ago. He did well to get the better of Gallas. Good touch to get past him. He used strength as well. Gallas knew he couldn't dive in. Keane flicked it across, but no white shirt on the end of it. Tottenham, of course, will... Oh, sorry, I should say Tottenham. I shouldn't say that really yet. But the winner of this game will play the winners of Everton against Chelsea. The second leg being played tomorrow. Chelsea go into that tie 2-1 up. Free kick Tottenham's way. Robbie Keane brought down by Hoyt. There is Chimbonda at the top of your picture. Dawson's there as well. Ledley King scored against Arsenal with his head in the league. Well, was it last season? Genius with the free kick. Hooked into the far post! It's an own goal! They've gone over to Michael Dawson, but Tottenham lead by 2-0 on the night and 3-1 on aggregate. 27 minutes on the clock. It's Dawson that takes the applause. Wenger sits there rooted to his seat. I think that was an own goal. Genius takes the free kick, he scored the first, gets the assist for the second. It's gone in off Bentner. Well, Nicholas Bentner, who scored the goal that beat Tottenham at the Emirates. It is Nicholas Bentner. Here's Malbronk. Back to King. Genius has it, chested forward to Berbatov, he's onside! It's Berbatov for 3-0! He's hit the post! He's hit the post! Would you believe it, with the goal gaping? And let's hope that Tottenham don't live to regret that chance. Will Spurs get a better chance than that for 3-0? Well, Berbatov has spoken of his desire to win cups with Tottenham. That was the golden chance for him to get Tottenham into a cup final. Well, Dimitar Berbatov looks down. The offside flag stayed down, and rightly so, I think. Just he was through on goal. You would have bet your mortgage on Berbatov to score there. His shot hit the post. He's normally as cool as a cucumber, but that time his goal-scoring boots stayed behind. Clem. Fabregas turns past Tanio. It's well played by the Spaniard. The RB shot over the bar again. Spurs won't mind shots coming in on target like that, or sorry, coming in on goal like that, and they're going over the bar. What is the concern though is that they was allowed to get the shot in. Spurs struggling to find the form they had in the first half. Rosicky. Sorry, Kleb, I mean. Rosicky's not even playing, is it? Lennon turns away. Played forward towards Keane. Keane's through on goal. It's Keane. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. That's a great start for Tottenham in the second half. It's the first chance they've had, and Robbie Keane has buried it. And is that the goal that sends Tottenham through to the Carling Cup final? Well, Robbie Keane was the hero on Saturday with his 100th goal for Tottenham. Lennon flicked it forward, and Keane with his right foot found the bottom corner of the net. Tottenham Hotspur lead by 3-0 on the night, and by 4-1 on aggregate. Fabianski got his hand to it. That's what it means to Juan de Ramos. That's what it means to Gustavo Poyet, and that's what it means to Robbie Keane. You cannot hear yourself think inside the ground. Tottenham Hotspur are Wembley bound. In comes a cross. Walcott. And Bendtner's hit the crossbar. And Cherney collects. King clears. Well, sometimes luck is on your side. I thought it wasn't going our way when Berbatov hit the post. But just then when Bendtner hit the bar with the goal gaping in front of him, maybe, just maybe, it's going to be our night. Traore with the throw. That's Robbie Keane's 17th goal of the season. Arsenal have a corner, it's their 5th. Oh, how did that not go in? In it comes. Again, Ledley King's there to meet it. Kleb. Good header away there by Genius inside his own box. Berbatov turns, referee lets play continue. Lennon has it, good ball flicked outside to Chimbonda. Now Bronk's available, Lennon wants it played in. It's Keane! Back to Lennon! Is it 4? It is! Lennon makes it 4! And now you've got to believe it, Tottenham are surely going to Wembley. Absolute delirious scenes here inside the ground. They're all saying they can't believe it. It's just approaching the hour mark, and Aaron Lennon scores to make it 4-0 on the night and 5-1 on aggregate. Great ball back to find him, great touch. He made no mistake. And Aaron Lennon scores his 3rd of the season. Could it be his most important? Ramos celebrates. He knows, surely now, Tottenham are going to Wembley. 1 or 2 Arsenal fans start sneaking out early. Eduardo Adebayor goes for goal. There's 1 goal back. Well, Adebayor does like to score against Tottenham, and he's got 1 back. Good shot, he found his spot. Sense of belief maybe for Arsenal, something to hang on to. It's 4-1 on the night. Mel Bronk, is there time for a 5th maybe? No, not like that, there's not. Mel Bronk wanted a bit of glory. Kleb, great tackle by Tainio. Genius comes away, it's 3 against 2 in Tottenham's favour. Mel Bronk. Here's Huddleston. Huddleston's through, it's Defoe! Oh, he's put it past the post. He had time, he had space. Jermaine Defoe couldn't believe how much time he had. February the 24th is the date, and many of those fans will be there. It's going to be Tottenham Hotspur at Wembley, and boy oh boy doesn't that sound great. All eyes on the referee. Last few seconds now. By my watch the time is up. Tottenham continue to press forward. Here's Genius. Genius is in the box, chance for a fifth. It's Melbourne. It's 5-1. The scoreline has been repeated. On 93 minutes, Steve Malbronk makes sure. Everyone knows it now. Just as we did in 2002, Tottenham Hotspur have won the semi-final by 5-1. Arsene Wenger sits rooted to his seat. It's been 21 games in coming, and what an occasion this is proving to be. Jermaine Genius did well to get past Gilberto Silva, and Steve Malbronk was on hand for his 6th of the season, his 2nd in the Carling Cup. His first one was against Man City, also right at the end. He's not going to miss from 5 yards out. By my watch, the time is up. Howard Webb agrees. It's there. Juan de Ramos and Arsene Wenger shake hands. It's all over, and Tottenham Hotspur are at Wembley. Jermaine Genius was involved in the first 2 goals. He scored the first, he set up the second. Robbie Keane made it 3-0 up on 48 minutes. Aaron Lennon made it 4 on 60. They got a consolation through Adebayor. And Steve Malbronk made it 5 on 93. That's what it means to everybody here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tottenham Hotspur are going to Wembley. Final score, Tottenham Hotspur 5, Arsenal 1. On aggregate, Tottenham Hotspur 6, Arsenal 2. It's all over, Spurs are at Wembley. A spare seat to be had. This game sold out pretty much as soon as they went on sale. Just waiting for the referees.
Scorer, Arsene Wenger's big sum in a game against Spurs. And they are closing in on that opportunity here today.